Hello everybody, in this video, I'm going to be making a theory on the Wall 2. Now you might be asking yourself, what is there to make a theory on in the Wall 2? Well, that's a very good question. You see, I'm going to see if I can try to figure out the story of the Wall 2, at least what we're going to be doing as we play. So let's just get right into the video. So, first up, according to Negan Smith, when I did my analysis on the Wall 2 trailer, Negan said that the background, like the stuff inside this logo for the Wall 2, is actually the Aztec calendar. So, like, obviously, the Wall 2 is based off Norse mythology. But I'm thinking it might have connections to some Aztec mythology too, seeing that that's the Aztec calendar inside of it. So, what I think is going to happen is I did some research. I did a lot of research for this video, and I found out that in both Norse mythology and Aztec mythology, both mythologies, like in both religions, whatever you want to call it, they both believe that the gods killed a giant in order to create the world. And that was like the closest relationship I could find to that ties Norse mythology and Aztec mythology together. So what I'm thinking is that either AFK is gonna like have a makeshift giant that we have to fight in the Wall 2, like the Warden or the Wither or something like that, or he's gonna have like the actual giant zombie from Minecraft, and he might figure out a way to code it so it actually works, and it has like insane health and does insane damage or something like that. I don't know if that's possible without mods, but maybe it is possible, and maybe he figured out how to do it, and we'll have to fight that. And that might be the final boss or something like that. Well, we'll have to see. Now, next up, there's this text that AFK sent in the Wall Discord server that we have, and I'll read it out loud to you. The three wizards and the Tower of Winds, angered by the gusts and breezes, the first wizard casted the winds away, and so the gusts and breezes stopped and the air got quiet. Realizing they could not cast spells without the wind's magical properties, the second wizard would harness his remaining magic to cast the winds to flow again, and so the gusts and breezes returned. The winds, however, brought many more wizards with them. In his anger, the third wizard casted all wizards to do the gusts and breezes equal and fly away. And so all the wizards on the tower would fly like the gusts and breezes, as they were now equal to them. All the wizards became the winds. And as you know, if you keep up with Minecraft, with the updates in Minecraft, there's been the new mob. The new mob has been added to the trial chambers, the Breeze. And this, it seems a lot like Breezes from, like, it seems like all the wizards have turned into Breezes. So in the Wall 2, we're probably going to have to fight Breezes at some point in order to do something. And also, what I'm thinking is that this thing, the wind towers in Norse mythology or something. Hold on. It's something like Norse mythology or some sort of thing. I don't remember what it is, but there's in some sort of way, cuz I've been like working on this video for a while now. In some sort of way, the Tower of Winds relates to a clock tower. I think so. There's like I searched up clock tower on no wind tower on Google, because that's what they're talking about in this, the Tower of Winds, and it ended up leading me to a tower called the Clock Tower. And so what I'm thinking is that AFK might be rebuilding Clock Town from Majora's Mask, because in a recent community poll by Billy Bob, I will put it up right here right now, So in that poll right there, there's a comment from AFK talking about how it would be nice to live in Clocktown. I'll put that up here now. And so, if AFK is talking about wanting to live in Clocktown, then he could be referencing him making Clocktown in the wall too, as he might like Clocktown from Majora's Mask. And if the Wind Tower is based off the Clock Tower from Majora's Mask, then he might build Clock Town from Majora's Mask, and the breezes might be inside the Clock Town. It's kind of far fetched, but it's all I've got from this text. Besides the fact that we're obviously going to be fighting breezes at some point in the wall too. Now, for this one, this text right here, I'll read it out for you too. Well, I'll automatically I do not know how to say that word. I'm gonna try and pronounce it. I'm sorry if I mess it up. While the Tom Loken would study magic and sorcery, different nations would arise. First came the Drake Warriors, nations of warriors only celebrating war and battles. They fought many battles against many different tribes and kingdoms. Their leader was Tarhos the Brutal. He and his Drake warriors would drink the blood of their enemies after they had achieved victory, thinking it would grant them their strength. They were strong and merciless. During this time, Chaos would birth another outer god called Wake. Wake was a pig-like dragon who wanted to burn the world to the ground. Toho saw this as an opportunity to show his strength to the world by slaying the beast, and so he and his army would seek to battle the dragon. And he did. During his fateful battle is during this fateful battle is felt all over the world. Trees burning, fire in the sky, earthquakes, crackling air, and the war horns and screams of Talhos and the Drake warriors. And Talhos was able to slay the beast, as he promised, he drank the blood of Wake, and so did his people. Shortly after, his people would start to be weakened, and so did Talhos. More and more, their animalistic urges intensified as they grafted into pig-like roots as the cause of the cursed blood they drank. And so they were now trapped in the place where they had fought Wake, a place ashen and burned. So obviously, right, this is obviously we fought Talhos in the wall. I think it was in the second episode, second video of the wall, second live stream, whatever you want to call it. We fought Talhos in there, and obviously a place of ashen and bone. They're talking about the Nether, and they're talking about the Drake warriors turning into piglins. We don't need to talk about that. That's all very clear information. What we do need, what I do want to talk about, is how this brings up the Tom Loken. I do not know how to pronounce that. Tom Loken, I don't know. Anyway, and it's talking about how they studied magic and sorcery. Does that sound familiar to this? This text that both AFK made both of these and put both the text in the wall Discord server. And it's interesting how he puts this bit of information after he sent this. And what I'm thinking is that these guys, the Tom Loken, I think that they are the wizards who got turned into breezes. And also, it says different nations would arise. First came the Drake warriors. So obviously, there are different nations in this world. Drake warriors being one of them, and then there's other nations too, and it's even it says different tribes right here, and kingdoms, as in talking about the tribes and kingdoms inside the nations. So obviously, there's probably gonna be nations outside of the wall that we can explore, because we know that the wall is gonna be destroyed in the wall too. So we'll probably leave the wall, and when we go in the world outside, we'll see maybe one nation, maybe a bunch of nations, who knows? But there probably will be more nations. Now, this next theory is a bit of a stretch, but hear me out. These two images are kind of similar. And AFK posted this in the Discord server. So like it was the first image that he posted in like kind of what like the lore channel is. This was the very first thing that he posted. That doesn't really have too much to do with it. I just wanted to say that. Anyway, it's kind of like a compass map, like a map, and at the same time it's a compass. But we're not talking about that. Instead, we're talking about how this and this look kind of similar. Like you can't look at these two and tell me they don't look a bit similar. Similar. Okay. Anyway, what I'm thinking is so this is from a video game. I don't remember what video game. The video game has nothing to do with it. But at this point in the video game, they were in a clock tower. Does that remind you of anything from the past? Maybe the wizards and the breezes and the wind tower, which could also be the clock tower. And this is from a clock tower. I know it's a bit of a reach, but hear me out. This compass could be hinting at this, and this is part of a clock tower. So this compass could be hinting at the clock tower being in the game, meaning Clock Town from Majora's Mask. Very far-fetched, but it's still a theory that I have. Now, this is I'm not gonna read this again. We've already gone through this in the final live stream of the wall, but from this text, we have kind of been able to gather, like we gathered this we kind of like figured this in the final live stream, where Negan Smith said it too, where we decided that we are Magni and Modi, which are two gods who survive Ragnarok. So obviously, Loki creating the AI, which was the Ender Dragon, was Ragnarok, and that's why Loki, Thor, and Odin died. Magni and Modi survive, and they're the ones who built the Ender Dragon, or like at least helped it. So, and it's me and Moblin, and the two of us playing. You're telling me that there's two people here, me and Moblin, me and Moblin are two people, and these guys are like brothers. You're telling me that we're not Magni and Modi. Out of all the gods who have survived Ragnarok, which I'm gonna get to right now, these are all the gods who survived Ragnarok: Honir, Magni, Modi, Nord, Vidar, Valley, and Sunna. And from what I've gathered, I don't think any of these gods are like sibling. Like they're all like half siblings. Some of them are like sons of Odin, like Magni, Modi, Honir, Nord. They're all sons of Odin or whatever. But like from what we can gather, we are pretty much Magni and Modi. We don't have too much evidence to back it up, but it's pretty much hinted at that from the text from before. We've got to be Magni and Modi. So now the question is, who is the god that destroyed the wall? That's what we have to figure out. So now we're going to look at all the other gods, all the gods who survived Ragnarok, to see which one it is that has destroyed the wall. So the first gods, obviously, are Magni and Modi, and they're just it's not them. We are not the people who destroyed the wall. We could have destroyed the wall. Very unlikely. Because, I mean, like, why would we want to destroy the wall? It keeps us safe. But it's possible. But probably not. The chances very, very, very low. Since we are Magni and Modi. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense at all. So anyway, the next god is Honir. Now, I'm saying that Honir has a medium chance because there is no, like, he's the god of silence. So there's no evidence pointing towards the fact that he would want to destroy the wall or, like, try and kill Magni and Modi. but he is, or he was at least, the travel companion of Loki and Odin in Norse mythology. So it could be said that maybe he wants to get revenge on us turning against Loki's creation, and so he wants to kill us. Probably not, but like, it's still possible. So the next person is Nord. Now, Nord, I'm saying, has a high chance of being the one to have destroyed the wall. And I'm not just saying that because, like, he's evil or anything, but he's the god of the sea and the wind. You know, like how the wizards of the wind got turned into breezes. So, like, it seems that AFK is trying to hint a lot to the breezes, like in every single piece of evidence that, or like lore that AFK has sent in the Wall Discord server. It's all leading back, or at least according to me, is all leading back to those wizards who are part of the Wind group, or whatever you want to call them. Oh my god, keep getting voice cracks. Anyway, they're all part of the wizard group who are part of the wind and got all turned into breezes, and this guy is literally the god of wind. Are you telling me that AFK is totally not hinting at this guy being the one who destroyed the wall? But we've still got two more gods who I also think have a high chance of being being the one who destroyed the wall. And that is Vidal and Valley. So you see, Vidal and Valley are both sons of Odin, and they're the gods of vengeance, of revenge. So what I'm thinking is that maybe because we helped build the AI Ender Dragon that caused Ragnarok, I'm thinking maybe they're mad that we killed Odin, and they're mad that we started Ragnarok, so they want to get revenge, and so they tear down the wall and try and kill us. So, yeah, I think these guys also have a high chance. And now we have one final god that we're going to look at, and that is Sona. Now, Sona is the final goddess who survived Ragnarok that we've looked at out of all these gods and goddesses. And I think she has the lowest chance, besides from Magni and Modi. So, besides from Magni and Modi, she's the lowest chance out of all the gods and goddesses. Just because she's the goddess of sunlight, and she doesn't seem to have like any evil intentions in Norse mythology ever, and she's not related to Loki or Odin in any way, at least as far as I can tell. Actually, I think everybody in like all the Norse gods are related to Odin somehow, but like she's not closely related to Odin or Loki or Thor. So I think the chances of her being the one who destroyed the wall are very low. I mean, there was also the chances that like all the gods just came together to kill Magni and Modi, but that doesn't make sense. So they could have really gathered her to be a part of it, but like I said, it doesn't make sense. So now, who do I think is the one who broke down the wall? Do I think that it was Nord, or do I think it was Vidar and Valley? I think that it was Nord, because there was also another thing that we have to keep in mind. In the Wall 2 like reveal trailer thing, whatever you want to call it, the video AFK posted, not for the Trials of Vigilant, the Wall 2 actual trailer. There was like a sign. I don't know how to describe it. I'll put it up on screen now. But that thing, I think, now this is another far fetch stretch thing, but I honestly think that if it was both Vidal and I keep forgetting their name. Vidal and Valley? Yeah, if it was both Vidal and Valley who were destroying the wall, I think there would be two different symbols, or maybe in that symbol there would be like multiple eyes or something. And instead it's just one eye. So I'm thinking it's instead Nord, and that's why there's only one eye, because there's only one person causing the destruction. That's Nord. And again, Nord is the god of wind. So it's pretty high chance that AFK keeps hinting at this guy being the one who destroyed the wall. So, to sum everything up in this video, we are going to be, at some point, probably going to Clocktown to fight some breezes, who used to be wizards, and that will probably be at, like, where we fight the final boss, which will probably be Nord, and also we are Magni and Modi, and there's a clock tower thing, compass, I don't know, there's a compass, that obviously means something. And the compass might be leading to different nations. I forgot to say that. Like that's not too important. But yeah, there's different nations that the compass might be leading to, and that compass might come important later on, and we might have to look at it to try and figure out where to go in the wall too. That's pretty much it. That is my theory for the story. I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna just have to go through the open wall, run around, try and find Nord, and eventually we'll go to like different nations, fight different mini bosses or whatever. Might have to fight the giant or the warden at some point, because that guy is tied to Aztec and Norse mythology. And then we'll finally head down to Clocktown, where we'll fight breezes and fight Nord, and that'll be the end of the war too. Of course, I obviously skipped out of a lot of stuff, but I think that's pretty much the basic summary of what the Wall 2 is going to be like. Now, again, this is just a theory. A game theory. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is, again, none of this is actually proven to be true. I don't even know if we're actually Magni and Modi, but it's all pretty educated guesses. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.